Hello. So I don't even know teacup non-duality, what that is. That is the title. Teacup non-duality. Um, I suppose I was saying bite-sized non-duality. Bite-sized non-duality. So all there is what's happening. This is all there is, even though it feels like there is so much more than what's happening. And this is where the freedom is. This is where the joy is. This is where the life is. Funny enough, because that's always what's happening. This is always what's happening. So your bum on seat, the sensations, the feelings, the thoughts, this. And this isn't separate. So to the mind it's separate, to someone it's I'm inside this body and I'm looking out at a separate world. But in this moment this isn't separate. This is full and wide and vast and free. And it belongs to no one. This belongs to no one. So the idea that you are looking at a world is only an idea. Who is looking at a world? Who looks at a world now? Who speaks? Who sees? Who hears? So the person is always saying, me, 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 me. I do, I do, I do. But who is this I that does? And you begin to realize that the I that's claiming to be looking is simply a thought and an idea, which then produces an energy in the body. This energy of someone looking, whereas there's no one looking. There's no one that's ever suffered. There is appearances of characters, but those characters belong to no one. So there's a character that seemingly chooses between this TV show and that TV show and this house or this food or that food. But that character with preferences and likes and desires isn't who's experiencing. The experiencer is mysterious. Like some people call it consciousness, including myself, but even that is like unknown. It's life is experiencing itself, and it's using consciousness to experience itself. And there's also this sense of I am, this sense of existence that's always here. And neither of those, the looking, the empty looking, and the sense of I am, are inside the body. They're everywhere and everything. They don't belong to someone. They're not anybody's. So now this speaking comes from nowhere. The mind says it comes from Lisa that's in time, and that's the description of the character in time. That's what we can do as thinking intelligent beings. But that's not actually what's happening in this moment. Speaking comes from nowhere, no place. Looking comes from nowhere and no place. Looking is, speaking is. When it's not from a singular unit called you, it's a happening. And that's your direct experience. Your imagined experience is that it comes from a person inside. But your direct experience is it comes from nowhere. This comes from nowhere. So what happens when separation appears? So when it feels like this is coming from somewhere, is that seeking arises, because there's a feeling that you have lost something. So there is a you that has lost something, because who you truly are, this recognition of who you truly are, which isn't really somebody's recognition, it's an energetic shift from being contracted and feeling like somebody small is looking to everything. So being this person and believing that's who you are feels energetically uncomfortable, and it also produces lots of odd mental chatter. Like if you think about it, like octopus's legs that go out really far, this chatter, like these belief systems that are very untrue. And it creates this seeking momentum that this person is always looking for something in time. So it's always looking for something in the future and trying to avoid things from the past. And it's scrambling along trying to get these things and own these things and tuck them away in the house, and it never works. You never arrive at this place, this destination. You never arrive. This subject is so beautiful. Who are you? When you're waking up, so when this is being realized, there can be lots of difficult things that arise in the person, like lots of uncomfortable things and feelings. Because all your illusions, your bubbles are being popped. Predominantly the one that believes that I am somebody that lives separately in a body. I am somebody. And there's a shift in energy from being this person that lives behind the eyes to everything. So there can be some uncomfortable energies that arise. And so practices can seemingly appear: yoga practice, breathing practices, working on the psychology of the person. Because the side effect of this realization can be very disrupting, and often what needs to happen is a more subtler realization of what it is to be human on the human level, and a relaxing on the human level. But the human doesn't get to non-duality because that would be impossible. There's not somebody that could wake up, because who would wake up? Who's going to get to this line of being enlightened? Who wakes up but consciousness? Consciousness was never really asleep, because consciousness was here. It was just kind of veiled behind something, or seemingly squashed into the body, but really it was always consciousness. There was always this life, this moment, presence here. And it doesn't care one iota if it's an illusion or not an illusion, if the person's an illusion or not. It is just watching here, empty, experiencing itself, contented. It never moves. And this isn't about becoming a superhuman. So what we like to fantasize about is that one day I'm going to become superhuman. I'm going to no longer have emotions and no longer argue and walk along the earth as if rainbows are being emitted from all my orifices. This is not what happens. Might happen, actually. I'm sure life produces every possibility, so in some cases maybe that does happen. But in most cases, the human is still the human and has its faults and its beauties and its wonders and its difficulties. The human still has conditions. And I think a good attitude to have is that the human can endlessly improve itself. Like when the human begins to think it's finished, this is like dodgy ideas. It becomes quite narcissistic. I am finished. I am the human level and finished. I am better than everyone else. I am more enlightened. I'm more peaceful. I'm more still. You all have to listen to me. So there I was saying I'll talk till 7 o'clock, but I've only made it till 6:36, so we'll go to questions now.